Hey, you two, it's Angela. Today we're going to talk about dramatic situations that we can sort of get sucked into sometimes. And let's find this path that the cards have laid out for us, the guidance through a situation that feels a little over dramatic. Okay, the first card I pulled is an oracle from the Dreamweaver's Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And these are fun, whimsical ways of approaching real life situations. And this one says, let the fire dragons sleep. Stay away from the drama. If you have a person or a situation being created in your life where it feels like you're sort of being invited to dance with anger or jealousy or resentment, or that more low vibrational energies, if something feels like it's pulling you toward that, recognize it, realize those are fire dragons, right? I'm going to let those fire dragons sleep. I'm going to stay away from them, say no to them, shift to another, a higher perspective, a higher ground. It's important not to get caught up and engaged in that. Because first of all, it's a distraction from your own path, right? And also, what we all have been through this, right? Where you get pulled into a situation. There's a lot of drama, a lot of upheaval, energetically, and you get pulled in and you want to help maybe with a solution, or you want to help, point out all the negative things that are being shared in this dramatic way or whatever. And we've all been through it. What happens is, afterwards we're left feeling, our energy is drained. We may or may not have changed the actual situation that we got pulled into. There isn't a guarantee that, digging deeper into those trenches is going to move us away from it. So it's a matter of, recognizing it when it comes upon you, and just finding your own path away from it, move to higher ground, or just, close the door and create separation. So I love that this is our opening card, because it's asking us to sort of predetermine those situations that could leave us drained and getting nowhere and really distracting us from our own path. So that's our first one. I pulled these Zen Oracle, Zen tarot cards to go with these for clarification. So let's see what message comes through for let the fire dragons sleep. The first card I pulled to go with that, of course, is no thingness. This is really finding that sense of release from expectation of an outcome. Just this is really just literally disengaging yourself from the drama. And it's like, no, I don't want to. I'm going to go into this sort of void where there is just openness and neutrality and sort of a purity, and just waiting to see how things play out instead of jumping right in, right? I don't have to, there's nothing I can do or say that can solve this problem, so why contribute to it, right? That's kind of the guidance there. Then with that, I pulled patience. So yeah, find that neutrality that's within you, that we all can access if we're guided to, and just wait it out. Just let this upheaval or whatever it is, just let it pass, let it dissipate. As we know with this card, it is not a matter of waiting and not knowing that it's going to be okay. It's really a matter of knowing it's going to be, this will play out, this will be okay, and I will wait until it does, and I will determine when I want to step back in or contribute in my own way. But when the drama and the anger and jealousy and speaking of others behind their back and that kind of negative vibration, don't need it. We don't need it. You can stay clear of it and keep your whole energy intact. Then the next oracle I pulled is from the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. So we're moving from dreams to the earth and a more grounded, practical step that we can take. And what I got was the spirit guardian of winter. This is retreat. So this is not just not engaging in this conflict or drama or anger situation. Not only that, but protecting yourself too. Finding a energetic refuge where you can pull in. It's almost like, you know, to realign and renew your energy so that you can move forward again. I love this image because there's like this cabin in the middle of the snow encased in a snow globe, right? So you can imagine yourself energetically, right? Moving through the snow, and then you reach the cabin and you kind of like shake off all the snow and all the cold and go inside and close the door. And there's a fire, there's safety, there's a cozy chair, there are blankets, there's warmth. It's really being able to retreat and then nurture yourself into you know, a new perspective and a more aligned perspective, so that you can come out, you know, go back into the snow feeling refreshed and replenished and all that. But if you're not feeling empowered or supported by a situation or a person, if you've encountered a fire dragon, right, and you're not feeling empowered, you're not feeling like you have support, pull back, right? Get into that cabin, get into the safety of that warm, enclosed space, and take care of your inner being. With the retreat card here, I pulled slow down. Like it feels like every spread I do either has the tortoise or the moment to moment or the experiencing card, which is the another one that's more presence. It's asking for presence. This is saying slow down when you're encountering the fire dragon, and just know, you know, I'm heading where I'm heading, and this little drama, this little kerfuffle that arose isn't really going to distract me or deter me from my path. I have a choice whether to engage in that or not. And sometimes it's, you know, like I can remember being a little more aware, a little less aware as a young woman, and that kind of stuff kind of would fuel you sometimes, that the, you know, that negative sort of, let's pay attention to this drama energy was kind of appealing sometimes. It kind of made you feel I don't know, not made you feel alive, but there's an energy to it that feels almost contagious, right? And this is, you know, getting to the point in your soul's progression where you can recognize it before it comes in, before that fire dragon comes and breathes it all over you. You can recognize it. And if you're moving at a slower pace, right, with what I like to say, with your energetic feet directly under you, right, there's less to miss, right? You won't miss getting blindsided by some drama or by somebody's anger. You can hold yourself intact and let that chaos kind of settle. And then from there, I got courage as well, to go with the retreat as well. So, you know, slowing down and getting into the moment of, you know, assessing what elements are around you that can help you flourish, that can help you move through this. Is it that you have a more, you know, stable-minded friend that you could speak with, right? And you know, find some sensibility and clarity and groundedness in a situation like that. I mean, maybe the fire dragons they do involve you. Maybe it's, you know, part of your creation yourself, right? And that you know it's not going to lead anywhere good. So slowing down, containing yourself, and like this card here, like this seed that is way below the surface between those boulders, it allowed for the elements that were present. It allowed for the water to come and soften its shell and create, you know, a seedling. and so that it could blossom into the flower. It allowed the sunlight to train it to reach up and reach for a higher point so that it could blossom in a healthy way. So this is you, right, in your little retreated energetic cabin, able to gather the elements, the resources that you have for your growth. And it doesn't, you know, the courage card is really having the courage to ride it out, right? Whether that fire dragon was brought about by you or by someone else, but having the courage to tap into your own stability and work in concert with what the universe is providing for you that will support your growth and support your self-empowerment instead of depleting it, right? Like what caused the need for this retreat was, you know, I'm not feeling empowered here. Let me pull back. So I love that. This is, you know, pull back, take care of things, tend to your own inner being, and watch the growth happen from there. Even if it's just that in the past you weren't someone that would retreat from a fire dragon energy, then this shift into you know, recognizing it and pulling back and being willing to wait it out, that's growth right there, right? And then we move on to the Urban Crow Oracle. Whoops. This one by M.J. Cullinane. I don't know who. I just got this deck, so this is a new one. I love the analogies with the crows, though, because observing nature is usually a really great way to tap into the flow of life and have us feel at one with the flow of life. And for this spread, I pulled distance. This is that need to step back, right? We got the retreat down, right? We encountered the fire dragon and we pulled away. Now this is, you know, really observing from that pulled back vantage point, you know, the entire situation. So say this fire dragon situation, you know, comes up, and it could have been provoked by, you know, your focus on negative aspects. It could have been, this could have brought up anger, you know, within you or with someone else. You know, are you being too negative or too nitpicky about something and focused on only one element that I need to transform, or everything else is going to fall apart? And on the converse, am I being too positive? Am I focused and just like clinging to one positive aspect of this situation and blinded by everything else that is relevant and that is present? So it's really a calling to see the entire scenario, and then, you know, don't judge, don't make snap decisions, but just observe it and see where the fire dragon may have been let in the room, right? And that could have been by your own sort of laser focused attention on just one aspect of the situation when there's so much more at play, right? And the Zen cards I pulled with that are guidance. So this is a calling to step back, observe, and then listen to your inner being. How will I proceed from here? What is my best? What move could I make that helps me to feel more aligned with a solution here? What move could I make, whether that is just staying in my little cabin for a while? Could be that. It could be, okay, let me reach out. Let me, you know, just sort of not try to tame the fire dragon, but let me just sort of tap it and check it out and check the temperature there, see if the fire is calming down. But following your inner guidance here obviously is key. That comes, you know, if you look at all these Zen cards, they're like patience, they're in a line. Patience, don't attach to an outcome, slow down, be present and see what's available to you and use that, and then follow your inner guidance, right? Just the Zen cards alone are giving you a path toward a solution. And then with the guidance card that goes with this distance card, I got consciousness. This is your higher perspective. And it's also your intuition. So, that came off the guidance, that's your inner being, but also from a higher perspective, a higher vantage point, or a further vantage point, and being able to accept and allow for everything, all the components of this dramatic situation to be as they are, without you having to get into the trenches and, wrestle around with it until your own energy's drained, right? So it's really staying contained within your energy and being able to observe and await possible solutions as they come through. And then the last set, I got the oracles from Moonology, the Moonology deck, and I got bring love into the situation. Always return to gratitude and love. Even if that fire dragon and that drama is riled up and, flaming out right in your vision, there's always a way to apply love and gratitude in any situation, even if it's just in the most minor way. Like, I see this drama, I see all this anger, there's a lot of sort of explosive vibration going on here. And I was able to go retreat into my warm, cozy cabin and see it from a separate sort of, detached position. And that helps me to align with, what I know to be true is that we're all from love, and we can transform these situations using our gratitude and our love. And then I got flowering. So remember, this was from way back from our courage card, right? Those seeds that were planted, and we allowed, new ideas to form, or a new aligned energy to establish itself within you. And it's paying off, right? You see the results. You see the solution to the initial drama, or you see that by retreating and allowing it to play out, it has lost energy, it has lost its verve, and it's not affecting you as it could have at another time. So you get to welcome in the solution, or the closing out of this situation, and then that's your success. That's the final card. It leads to this feeling of accomplishment. So let's say this drama fluffs up and it's 3 days long, and there's people in there interacting and engaging and fighting and wrestling it about, and you've been separate from it, watching it happen. It fizzled out, it figured it out, and then you got a clearing, and you see that it's behind you now. Those 3 days that were spent in a distance, from it, you could have been in it, right? And those 3 days could have been a torment for you. It could have been horrible, right? Being tumbled around in all this, crazy energy. And instead, you chose to spend that time realigning yourself, tapping into love, being in, in full awareness of your higher being. And that 3 days still passed, and that situation still died out, and now you can proceed. So that, to me, is real success, is to be able to transform your perspective on a situation so that you're not taken over by it. You're not so engulfed in it that you can't even see straight what your own alignment is. It's very important as we do this work, this soul work, to really be willing to let things be as they are, and not try to insert ourselves into everything that we seem to think needs fixing, right? It's very important to allow people to make mistakes, allow for the drama and the fire dragons to be there without, having to affect us, as deeply as they may have in the past. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more cards to cap this off, which I've been sort of in the habit of doing lately. So let's see what we get now. I got, I got chaos. Oops, this is kind of that fire dragon energy. And this is, I love this though, because this shows the distance. The chaos is there. Like you see, there's this god or figure in the sky creating this lightning, must be Thor. And it's in the distance though, right? From your vantage point here, you see it there, you see it coming, but there's plenty of time to realign and avoid getting caught up in it, right? I pulled with that intensity. So yeah, as that and talk about fire dragon, there's that intensity card. So this is your reminder that when that comes knocking, right, to remain in your most aligned harmony as possible. I love that this came to balance this intensity. But sometimes when you can see that coming, you can shift gears and you can avoid it in ways that maybe you never thought of before. Maybe it was always, yeah, I got to get in there and fix this. I got to get in there and fight. Not always. Sometimes we can rest on our intuition and be guided by our heart space and let that crap pass. Just let it pass, right? So I love that, how that came out. And I love you all for being here. And happy 2024. We're into it now. I'm looking forward to the things this year will bring. Thank you guys, and I'll see you soon.